What's up, guys? We're back with a full slate of NBA action here on Tuesday, February 11th. We're going to break down every NBA game tonight. We're going to also look at a couple of the biggest NCAA basketball games on the slate. We're going to look at bets on the side and over-under, and make sure to check that pinned comment throughout the day to see if there are any changes as injury news and player availability is confirmed. Guys, Monday, we kind of got the shaft here, I'm not going to lie. We had the Heat +6, but then news broke way too late in the day for us to do anything about it. Tyler Hero ended up sitting that game out. So pretty annoying stuff, him sitting out there with an illness. So a loss there on the Heat. They got blown out without their best player. But we did have the Warriors -6.5. That was a solid win. We had the Blazers +9.5, and they got absolutely manhandled there by Denver. And we had the Houston Cougars there on the college side looking like they are very likely to finish this game off with a win and cover. Yes, they do. They win that game by 11 points. So put that on the board. A 2-2 day. Obviously not exactly what we were after, but after getting, such a raw deal there with that late breaking news on Tyler Hero, we will definitely take a 2-2 day. If you want to win all of your bets today, guys, hit that like button. It's good luck and shows support for the channel and all the hard work we're putting in every single day. Also, once we have a video get to 1,000 likes, we are going to do a free Stump the Spread hoodie giveaway. Same deal with subscribers, guys. We are closing in on 50,000 subscribers. Once we make it to 50,000, we will be giving away a free hoodie for that as well. You can now also sign up for a channel membership by clicking the little join button right below the video. Members get exclusive early access to all of my videos and get their names up on screen just like right now. I really appreciate the support from all of you members out there. That badge next to your comments keeps me fired up and motivated to make this channel even bigger and better, and lets me know that I have a real super fan out there. All of our videos are sponsored by StumpTheSpread.com. We have a team of experienced cappers over there for every major sport, currently covering NBA, college basketball, UFC, and the NHL. We're coming off of an undefeated day there in college basketball action. We went 1-0 on our free college basketball pick and 2-0 there on our premium picks. We took Sela there, guys. They were getting 1.5. They come away with a straight up win. We also had Clemson -5.5 as our other premium play. And the free play you already know about, that was the Houston -8.5. So a 3-0 day there. We will certainly take that on the college basketball side. Click the link in the description to head over to StumpTheSpread.com and check us out. If you're not sure if a premium pick package is right for you right now, try us out by signing up for our free email list that will give you updates on our results as well as free picks straight to your inbox. Comment below with any bets you're looking at today and we will give you our best advice on all of them. We're committed to responding to every single comment every day, so let us know anything you want to say about my picks, these videos, or anything you see here. As always, our favorite picks will be in the pinned comment down below. Now let's get into our first game of the day. We've got the Toronto Raptors going on the road to take on the Philadelphia 76ers. The Raptors come into this game not having the best time. They've lost their last 4 in a row and 5 out of their last 6. At 16-37 on the year, it's very clear this team's main goal right now is kind of just to tank out the end of the season, see what they've got. They did make a kind of interesting trade move there, acquiring Brandon Ingram, but we'll see what that translates to down the stretch this year. Could be a little bit interesting to add him into the mix, but I feel like they're a little bit overcrowded at kind of that exact same position. So we'll see how that works out down the stretch, see if they're looking to move somebody or what the real plan is here. Quickly actually had a nice day against the Rockets, putting up 20 points. Grady Dick continues to really struggle. Scotty Barnes, another weak performance, only 15 points from him, but he did, I guess, kind of theoretically flirt with triple-doubles, so I guess there's some positives there. The bench actually looked okay. I'm just not super duper sold on this team right now. They really struggled shooting the ball once again. The main reason they lost this game was the fact they shot 8 of 42 from three-point range. So definitely a bounce back spot here. They didn't do a great job on the boards either. So a lot to improve on here. Yeah, we'll see what we get from the Raptors. They're very banged up coming into this game. RJ Barrett, Brandon Ingram, Jakob Poeltl all on the injury report. Grady Dick on there as well. So we'll see who they actually have on the floor for this game. Barrett, guys, not going to be playing there on Tuesday. Still dealing with that concussion. Brandon Ingram still dealing with that ankle issue. Will not play in this game either. Jakob Poeltl with his hip issue will not play, and Grady Dick, guys, he's probable for this game due to his neck, but the guy has been playing terrible recently, so I'm not sure how much that really moves the needle for me in this matchup. Looking at the 76ers here, they come into this game fresh off a not blowout loss, but it kind of was a blowout loss. Like, they made the score a little bit closer there at the end, but they really had no shot in that game there against the Milwaukee Bucks. They looked terrible out there in a game they did have Embiid. Maxey led the way with 39 points. He's playing out of his mind, but Paul George continues to look absolutely terrible out there. Only 12 points. That contract looking like one of the worst in the NBA right now. Embiid's numbers look okay, but really he didn't play well either. He was completely useless there on the defensive end, and that used to be one of his strengths, anchoring the defense, and he was absolutely terrible. Yabusele played great there off the bench, and the 76ers shot 40% from 3. They managed to lose this game convincingly. They got crushed on the boards, and Embiid looks borderline lost out there. So I'm not sure what their plan here down the stretch is going to be, but things are looking very, very bleak for Philadelphia. We see Embiid on the injury report, Kyle Lowry and Eric Gordon on there as well. Embiid, guys, he's talking about how he might need, another knee surgery and all that kind of stuff. Like, you need more than knee surgery, bro. You need liposuction and probably knee surgery as well. Like, things are not looking good. This dude is just too big to be playing. This is the first part of a back-to-back set. It's widely expected Embiid will play in game one at most. He may not play in either one of these games. We'll see what happens for this team, but things are going well off the rails here. So no super clarity on Embiid playing in this game or not. I would tend to think he might, but it's very up in the air. Kyle Lowry with his hip problem won't play in this game, and Eric Gordon is questionable with that right wrist sprain. So even if he does play, I'm not expecting him to be amazing. He needs his shot to be falling for him to be any good, and that doesn't seem like that's going to be happening with a messed up wrist. So looking at the numbers for this game, the 76ers are -8. We've got a total of 226.5. Toronto, 14-11 against spread on the road, 22-13-1 against spread after a loss. That's pretty impressive. The 76ers, 9-16-1 against spread at home, 10-20-1 against spread after a loss. That's an NBA worst after a loss record. Guys, I don't love this necessarily, but I think we just have to do this. I'm taking the Toronto Raptors getting 8 points. You could wait around, see if this goes up, something like that, see if we can get some clarity on the Embiid situation, but I think right now you just want to go ahead and hold your nose, take the Raptors. I think they find a way to make this game competitive against the absolute, just the pits, a terrible, terrible looking 76ers team. Next on the docket, guys, we're looking at the New York Knicks going on the road to take on the Indiana Pacers in one of our 2 nationally televised games of the night. The Knicks, 34-18 on the season. They come into this game fresh off getting absolutely embarrassed there by the Boston Celtics. The Celtics came into Madison Square Garden and made a joke out of the Knicks. Tatum put up 40 points. Celtics winning 131-104. Like, just a game that was never really in reach there for the Knicks. They were down by 11 points after the first quarter. And yeah, they just got blitzed by the Celtics, who shot almost 50% from three-point range. The Knicks did some positive things, which makes this loss even more concerning. But yeah, just Jalen Brunson putting up 36 points is the lone positive. The bench looked okay. Cameron Payne playing well off the bench, cool. But yeah, just not a Knicks team that had a very good time at all. They come into this game a little bit banged up still. We see Josh Hart on the injury report, but more importantly, we see OG Anunoby on there. Josh Hart, not as important because I think he'll definitely play in this game, and he is listed as probable, but not having Anunoby out there, he is questionable for this game, definitely makes a big difference. I know he's questionable, but I think he's actually closer to doubtful. I think he's a long shot to end up eventually playing in this game, and the Knicks are really going to need him because they lack a lot of the things that he can provide. Obviously, having Cat out there is a big deal, but he hasn't been playing as well lately, so we'll see what we get from this team. They're really, really banking on Mitchell Robinson coming back and being healthy, but that seems like a big, big coin to be flipping if you ask me. We'll see what the Knicks can do here on the road against the Indiana Pacers, who are 29-22 on the season. They just got absolutely demolished by Austin Reeves in a game where the Lakers didn't have LeBron or Luka. The Pacers still take the loss there at the Lakers. So we'll see if they got a bounce back in them. Siakam played okay in the loss. Tyrese Halliburton put up 19 points, but was a -9. He's having a rough season. They got destroyed in this game, especially on the board. So not loving what we're seeing from the Pacers right now. They do come into this game getting healthy. The big question mark here is whether or not Miles Turner is going to play in this game. He's dealing with a neck problem, which has him questionable for this one. We have very little clarity, unfortunately, whether or not he's going to be into this game. He did have a limited practice session there on Monday, so I think I'm leaning more towards him playing than him sitting this game out. So looking at the numbers here, the Pacers are getting 1 point. We've got a total of 239. The Knicks are 12-12 against spread on the road, 10-7 against spread after a loss. The Pacers 10-11-1 against spread at home, and 12-8-1 against spread after a loss themselves. Guys, I think this is a great bounce back spot here for the Knicks. I'm not loving what I'm seeing from the Pacers. Obviously, we do have our concerns about this game, no doubt about that. I mean, so far this season, we saw the Knicks get a blowout win and the Pacers get a blowout win in this series. So it's a little bit still up in the air who we really want to be on in this game. I'm not saying this is a lock, but if you're begging me for a side in this one, definitely give me the New York Knicks. Next up, guys, we're looking at the Detroit Pistons going on the road to take on the Chicago Bulls. The Pistons come into this game fresh off a 112-102 win there against the Hornets. We saw a Cade Cunningham triple-double. He played great, 19 points, 12 assists, 10 boards in the win. He's been playing amazing, kind of carrying this, this Pistons team, although we have seen amazing stuff out there from Malik Beasley. He continues to play out of his mind. We actually saw a 20 spot there from Tobias Harris, not something you see every day. We saw Malik Beasley there coming off the bench, only 17 points on his 16 shots, but was still a +9, so love that. Obviously, Cade playing well, like we said. A bad shooting night there from Tim Hardaway Jr. Or just maybe not a bad shooting night, just didn't get that many shots. Asar Thompson actually played really well, so liking what we're seeing from the Pistons at this moment, and they come into this game absolutely fully healthy, so that's a very, very big deal. We love that for the Pistons, so maybe they can keep this thing rolling here as they go on the road to take on the Chicago Bulls, who have now lost 3 out of their last 4. They're 22-31 on the season. They just got kind of manhandled there by the Warriors, losing 132-111 in Jimmy Butler's debut. Jacoby White, guys, 27 points for him. Curry, though, 34, and Jimmy Butler having a big night as well. No answers there coming from the Chicago Bulls, who got destroyed in this game by, 21 points, despite shooting 43.6% from three-point range. So this is a team that doesn't play any defense. They also don't rebound. They got destroyed on the boards in this game, so we'll see if they've got a bounce back in them. They're not looking fully healthy here either. We see Lonzo Ball and Dosunmu on the injury report. Lonzo Ball with an illness. He's been ruled out for this game officially. He will not play. And Dosunmu, guys, he's probable. Sounds like he's going to be out there, maybe at a slightly less than 100% with that illness, but we'll see how that goes. The Bulls in this spot, guys, are getting 4.5 points. We've got a total of 237.5. The Pistons, 15, 10, and 1 against spread on the road this season. 10, 14, and 2 against spread after a win. The Bulls, 12, 14, and 1 against spread at home, and 17, 13 against spread after a loss. But a lot. The vast majority of those games came with Zach LaVine in the lineup, and he's not going to be out there for them in this one, guys. And that's a big part of why I'm taking the Detroit Pistons here, getting 4.5 point favorites. I think they come away with a comfortable win in this matchup. They just won in this exact matchup not too long ago. Yeah, only a few games ago they came with a 127-119 win there, and that was at home. I know they got to go to Chicago in this one, but in that game, guys, we saw, the Pistons didn't shoot the ball particularly well. The Bulls had a large free throw discrepancy and shot the ball particularly well. And yeah, Lonzo Ball played in that game as well. So just a lot of reasons that I think things are going to turn around in this one, and we're going to see an even easier win there for the Pistons. Hey guys, jumping in here with a quick ad break. This is a great time to sign up for StumpTheSpread.com. Signing up for a premium membership gets you access to our top confidence plays on all the major sports. We're currently covering NCAA basketball, the NBA, NHL, UFC, and the NFL. We have a team of professional cappers that work extremely hard putting in the research on these games every day so you don't have to. We make things very easy for you with pick notifications directly to your phone and unit sizes assigned to each play so you can see where our confidence level is on every individual matchup. To test out the service before you buy, join our free email list, get the occasional free or premium pick straight to your inbox. Just click the link in the description to sign up for a free account. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Now guys, back to the games. Next up, guys, on our second nationally televised game of the night, we're looking at the Memphis Grizzlies going on the road here to take on the Phoenix Suns. The Grizzlies come into this game fresh off of getting pretty much embarrassed there by the Thunder. They lost that game 125-112 in a game where we saw John Morant's dad get ejected from the game. So that's pretty funny stuff. You usually don't see that in the NBA. That's kind of reserved for like high school and AAU and stuff like that. But yeah, in this one, Jaws Pops got tossed. The Grizzlies couldn't defend the three-point line. They did shoot the ball really well from deep. I mean, they made 12 of 28 threes themselves, so that's not bad at all. They shot the ball okay from the free throw line and got there a ton. They ended up shooting 39 free throws in the game, but all of that eventually, in the end, adds up to a loss. They got destroyed on the boards. They wasted a decent night from Jaren Jackson Jr., a great night there from Desmond Bane. Not the best showing there from John Morant, and the bench guys also wasting good stuff there from the bench. I mean, Santi Aldama put up 18 points. Gigi Jackson put up 11. He needs to be getting a little bit more run, in my opinion, so we'll see how things go for the Grizzlies. I mean, this is a team with aspirations this season, but they haven't done well against the best teams. They come to this game fully healthy, so that's a big step in the right direction. They'll definitely take that. They're on the road here taking on the Phoenix Suns, who are 26-26 on the season, fresh off of getting pretty much destroyed, losing by 17 points there against the Nuggets. Apparently KD not bothered by the trade talk, so that's fine. We'll see down the stretch if he starts to fade or if we have more signs of discontent. But seems like the vibes are absolutely terrible there in Phoenix. Not looking good right now. I mean, we see Devin Booker trying to carry the load here, but not a lot of positives in their last game. Tyus Jones put up 17 points, scored 17 shots, scored 15 points. 19 points off the bench for Bol. Maybe the dude should be getting some run. We'll see if that continues here, but not liking what we're seeing from the Phoenix Suns right now. And they come into this game not unhealthy necessarily. We do see KD ready to go. Grayson Allen is on the injury report, so is Bradley Beal. Allen with his knee issue is probable. Bradley Beal, guys, with his toe problem has been ruled out for this game. Seems like he's pretty much ready to shut it down, mail it in for the rest of the season. So we'll see how that goes for the Suns, who are getting 4 points at home in this game. We've got a total of 242.5. Memphis, 16-9 against the spread on the road, 13-3, an NBA best mark against the spread when coming off a loss. The Phoenix Suns, 8-17-1 against spread at home, so not very good, and 13-12 against spread after a loss. Guys, this is not a complicated one. We are slamming it here on the Memphis Grizzlies in a bounce back spot. The Suns bench, not very good. The Grizzlies bench, very good. The Memphis team in general has to be very motivated coming off a tough loss, and they're playing against a team that's terrible at home. I think this is a great bounce back spot here for the Memphis Grizzlies with their great trend of, doing great against the spread after a loss. Now, guys, we're going to change gears. We're going to switch up and look at some college basketball plays. We've got 3 really, really good games that we're going to look at tonight. First up, we've got the number 1 Auburn Tigers going on the road to take on the Vanderbilt Commodores in an SEC showdown. Auburn comes into this game fresh off a very tough 90-81 loss there against the Florida Gators. They just couldn't get it done there. It was pretty rough stuff. I mean, we saw Clayton Jr. on not the 100% ankle play really well, put up 19 pretty efficient points. Kelly did put up 22 there for Auburn, but it was not enough. 22 there from Johnny Broome. Just not enough in the end, guys. They didn't shoot the ball very well at all from the free throw line, despite having, 5 more free throws there than Florida. They didn't shoot the ball great from 3 or from the field in general. They kept things even on the boards, but just not the greatest day out there from Auburn, who's now, think they could pretty much pencil themselves in to fall out of that number 1 spot. Over the course of the year, they've looked really, really good, but now they've got a couple tough outs, guys. They got to go on the road against Vanderbilt, and then they've got number 2 Alabama coming up after that. So, a little bit of tough sledding coming up here for the Auburn Tigers. I mean, their season-long numbers are incredible. 9th in the nation in points per game, 46th in the nation in rebounds per game, 21st in assists per game, but now you've got to take on, a pretty big challenge here. So we'll see what they can do in this little 2-game road trip. It's going to tell us a lot about how good Auburn actually is as a team. And their first opponent on that road trip is going to be the Vanderbilt Commodores, who are 17-6 on the season, fresh off an 86-78 win at home against Texas. Now they get to play at home against Auburn. They do have Tennessee on deck, so definitely a look-ahead spot for both teams here. We loved what we saw from them against Texas. I mean, a lot of positives, guys. I mean, they shot the ball relatively well from the free throw line. They did a great job on the boards. They limited their turnovers. They did got good scoring across the board. We had 4 players scoring double digits, an 18-point scorer coming off the bench. Not something that you see all the time. So really liking what we're seeing from Vanderbilt at the moment. I mean, over the course of the season, they're a very, very highly rated team. I mean, the offensive numbers look great. The defense is very good. The rebounding numbers, not quite on the same level as Auburn, but also not terrible. So looking at the numbers for this one, guys, we see the Commodores are getting 9.5 points at home. We've got a total of 156.5. Auburn, 2-4 against spread on the road, 14-9 to the over. Vanderbilt 9-4 against spread at home, 12-11 to the over. Guys, this is a pretty easy one. We're taking Vanderbilt in the points at home in this game. I know both teams are in a look-ahead spot. I know Auburn's in a big bounce-back spot, but I don't think that's going to matter. I think Vanderbilt finds a way to keep this game very, very competitive. Do they win it? That seems like a bit of a big ask, but I think they can easily keep this game to single digits. Maybe not easily. It's obviously going to be hard, but I think they're going to fight hard enough to keep this game to single digits against the Auburn Tigers. Next on the docket, guys, we're looking at the number 3 Florida Gators going on the road to take on number 22 Mississippi State. Florida comes into this game 20-3 on the season, fresh off of that huge 90-81 win against Auburn. Crazy stuff in that one. They've been playing pretty well recently. I mean, wins against Vanderbilt and Auburn look good, but they did get absolutely demolished there by Tennessee. So we'll see what they can do on the road in this one. I mean, in that game against Auburn, not the best showing there. I mean, obviously by Auburn, but Florida played really, really well. We see, Walter Clayton Jr. looking good on that ankle, played 40 minutes, had 19 points. 5 double-digit scores in this game, and they shot the ball well from 3. So liking what we're seeing from Florida, and their season-long numbers obviously look elite. 4th in the nation in rebounding, 17th in points per game. Not a lot of negative things to say right now about Florida as they go on the road to take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs, who are 22nd in the nation right now. They're fresh off a win against Georgia, a desperately needed 1-point win they got there, though, after dropping 2 in a row, losing by 4 against Alabama, and getting absolutely demolished there by Missouri. So we'll see if Mississippi State has a bounce back in them. I mean, Josh Hubbard, obviously a monster. This team has good season-long numbers, except for that defense doesn't really get me going too much. The rebounding numbers are good, but maybe not, dominant. So we'll see what they can do at home in this one. It's obviously, a bit of a interesting spot. I mean, they've got Ole Miss on deck. We see Florida, the guys, they have South Carolina on deck. So not necessarily as big of a look-ahead spot for either team that I'm worried about it. The Bulldogs are getting 1.5 points at home. We've got a total of 151.5. Florida, 3-3 against spread on the road, 14-9 to the under. Mississippi State, 4-7 against spread at home, 13-10 to the over. Guys, this is a bit of a close spot. I'm leaning here towards Florida on the road. They haven't been a bad road team. Mississippi State, not particularly good at home. This is not a play that's going in the pinned comment, but I think if you want to be on one side or the other, Florida Gators definitely makes sense. You could also interest me in over 151.5. Last but not least, guys, we're looking at the number 5 Tennessee Volunteers going on the road to take on the number 15 Kentucky Wildcats. Tennessee, the 5th ranked team in the nation, comes into this game fresh off a blowout win there against Oklahoma. They played really well over their last 3 ever since losing against Kentucky 78-73. They, beat Florida in a just a demolition, a close win against Missouri, and then that blowout win against Oklahoma. The last time they took on Kentucky, that 78-73 loss, it was pretty rough, guys. We saw Kentucky, have a 3-point deficit there at halftime, and then, rally back and end up winning this game. They shot 50% from three in this one. We saw Tennessee really, really struggle shooting the ball. They shot 34% from the field, 24% from the three-point line, and still managed to lose this game by only 5 points. So definitely something you got to be taking into consideration there. I mean, Kentucky comes into this game playing okay. They lost 2 in a row after that win over Tennessee. They just destroyed South Carolina. So I guess a good win there, but South Carolina currently the worst team in the SEC. We do like what we've seen, from Kentucky in terms of their offense, but their defense is absolutely atrocious, and the rebounding largely a function of, the pace of play that they're always at. So looking at the numbers of this game, Kentucky getting 2.5 points at home. We've got a total of 149.5. Tennessee 4-3 against spread on the road, 15-9 to the under. Kentucky 7-7 against spread at home, and 13-10 to the over. Guys, I'm definitely taking the Tennessee Volunteers. They should have won that first game. They just couldn't throw it in the ocean. I think those shooting woes go away in this game, and I definitely like the Tennessee Volunteers in this one. This is a play that has a great chance to end up in the pinned comment. It could also end up being a premium pick over at stumpthespread.com. That's all the games we have for today, guys. Hit that like button for good luck on all of your bets, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Also, once we get to 50,000 subscribers, and if we can get this video to 1,000 likes, we'll be giving away at least one Stump the Spread hoodie for each one of those things. So definitely getting those likes, definitely get in there and hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click the link in the description to check out stumpthespread.com, get on that free email list, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for more sports betting action.